Hello. Anyone here? Michael Ho. How? Michael How. Michael How. What's up? Hey to you. Alright. Let's open a replay. But which one? Also, we have a link for you here. Let's give it a go. Let's see. Resistance. Like Calvarox. Let's watch some Turin versus Thomas battles. Thanks. I think it should be pretty good. Right, what's the map here? Ambush the enemy 2v2. Oh no, this map. Oh. Ugh. Not my favorite. Actually, wait, what is going on? I need to do this. Alright, now we have the correct chat open. Oh, this map. I had a very interesting game on this map. Against Thomas, actually, a while ago. It's really not a great map, in my opinion. Turin with Aeon, Thomas with Cyber. It's quite flat. That's a good thing for the Aeon player. It's actually very flat, which is nice. His net is usable again. The hat stand, hello. You're welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Balance patch up coming. Lab from Turin. Turin. First Stingy expands after it grabs a bit of reclaim. Same thing here, except it doesn't grab reclaim actually. It seems like quite slow. Well, Thomas is making sure not to make his mexes too quickly. Already is assisting his ACU. I quite like his build order in comparison to Turin's already. Yeah, you can see the difference. Power stall, sorry. Although this lab is very, very good. It's the kill. Now he needs to, I guess. Well, he could stay here for a little bit. Let's see, is this a tank? It should be a tank. It's actually not. Okay, so the greed is punished, and actually Turin expecting that there should be a tank at this point. is retreating and actually going to allow Thomas to expand again, it seems. Well, no, Thomas in the end waits for a tank anyway, which I suppose makes sense. Oh, whoa. Sorry, I was looking at a chat. How does he get another kill at that lab? Madness. Well, that's fantastic. Nicely done, Torin. And the lab lives. Alright, let's put on the music. Couple Aurora out. He's very heavy on engineers, very few tanks so far, and this is because we have Reclaim in the base and we have 8 mexes right next to you. So you can see it's about scaling up with the resources you have at home first, and they're very safe to grab, so very few tanks built. Focus on the base building. And Torin's gone for a bomber. Reasonable. ACU's still in the base for Thomas Hyatt. Now he leaves. There goes the first engineer. Oh, these two are going to die as well, given the right bomb. And only one dies, but look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pigeons just got hit. Imagine the potential that a bomber could do, but he is just going for more engineers, which is reasonable. 3 engineer kills now. Is he gonna bomb the pigeons now? He is. Oh! 5 pigeons go down. That's so nasty. Raiden, what's up? Welcome to the stream. The hero lab finally dies. Engineers pause for some reason. That won't stop him for reclaiming. Now we can see the Mantis pouring in one direction and Aurora mainly pouring in another. Faster expansion from Torin, but he's gonna lose those mexes. Another bomber. It looks like Torin has far fewer units. 15 tanks, so I think we're gonna have like 20 or 30 here. 20? Okay, so understandably fear for Torin, given that he went for an air factory. But killing 5 pigeons and 3 engineers, or at least 3 engineers, it's a beautiful use of air. Reclaim building at the edge of this base. Some great targets here. I heard Inti shoot something, so yes, Thomas also has an air factory. She's using to build interceptors. Torin seems to be getting this expansion for free. So far, his ACU stands in the middle, building a PD between the 2 hydros, and should be taking the not insubstantial reclaim. It looks extremely good for Torin now, as it should do if you bomb 5 pigeons in within the first 5 minutes. That really is that's a win scenario, a big win condition. Where are the T3 mexes? Well, I don't think we're going to see them on this map. unfortunately. Too many suicides. Also, are you a doctor, Soviet? Oh, this ACU has done quite amazingly, actually. He just walked through that army, and Torin sort of stood there and allowed him to do that. I like the aggression. He needs to be making things happen, so he's probably going to retreat now and start reclaiming these tanks. I have to contend with Australian net. Yeah. Well, I think the internet is in a lot of countries is struggling at this point because there's so many people at home using it. I mean, right now it feels like I'm lagging a bit. What's my favorite build order? The question doesn't really make sense to me, I would say. That's my answer, sorry. Doesn't really make sense to me, honestly. But welcome to the stream anyway, Hero Man. Thomas calls it a day. Really had no chance of coming back from losing so many pigeons to air, and you know, people say, well, this is the disadvantage of these very steroid build order. Builds everything close together so that none of his engineers have to move or anything. Well, that means he ends up building all of his pigeons right next to each other. And also doesn't make air, so it's a vulnerability that he allows. So, yeah. That hurt. I see done for Torrent. Let's watch the follow-up game on a completely different map. Settings clutch. More hope for T3 Mex here. Hello, Iron Warrior. I think you have tuned into the wrong stream because I'm not a Chief Jaguar. Welcome anyway. No, I don't think I'll be teaching Guile how to play. Seems to have plenty of offers already. Okay. First lab from Torin. I love it. Worked last time. People don't want to train, they just want fame. Yeah, Well, maybe. Maybe. I was about to say that's cynical, but you know, I'm cynical, so it would be completely unfair of me to make such a statement. Am I gonna play? I'm not sure if I'll play actually, but we'll see. Might do. Okay, let's see what the lab will do. Second air on only 4 power generators. Well, this looks like a build that's been worked out very carefully. On the other hand, he's not building any power except for one engineer building a hydro, and he's building a factory. Oh my god, how is this? Yeah, it's not happening. And now a lab is here. There's no tanks gonna arrive anytime soon, so this lab could, oh god. This seems painful as a build. Seems very all in on this bomber. If this bomber doesn't do big damage, then it's really gonna hurt Thomas, because this build order does not look good. Still stalling. The lab still hasn't done any damage though. There's just a scout running around. You train people, Soviet? Ah, now he has a 50% inti that's now paused. Ugh. Yeah, it doesn't look great for Thomas now. Here comes the lab. He's building a second air factory already. Oh no, he's got stuck in the hydro. No, come on. Oh, I hate that stuff. Now this lab's gonna live, is it? No, he's not. He's gonna get the engineer. The lab gets the NG. Bomber has arrived. Torrent has only now an air factory. Inti is not out yet. Second engineer. There's no dodge. Where's the dodging? Uh-oh. Oh, not enough bombs. Only 2 of the 6 bombs that the cyber bomber drops hit. Oh, he got one more turn. Ouch. That hurt. Oh, that's good. Good to hear you're training. Will the engineer die to a single Aeon scout? Tune in next year to find out. Power factories. ACUs have arrived. Thomas is building a factory in middle, which seems really strange, but he has brought an engineer with him to start getting some reclaim. The ACU for Torn, meanwhile, is idle. He has taken 2 Salem wrecks already, though. He needs to keep going fast. The Land Scout now seems to be running away. Oh no, he's coming back and he's gonna get killed. I love that a Mantis has to be dispatched to kill a land or just an Aeon landscape. This lab's still also being chased. Transport all ready for Thomas, and he's dropping the back. Slow. What's that? Use the landscape to kill the NG. Ah, yeah. Yeah, Yeah, just slow things. Oh my god, look at this. Jesus. 5 in 1. Five and one. Why did Torn build a P-Gen in the middle? That doesn't seem like a very good place to build one. Thomas somehow has less than 5,000 HP already. But he seems to have control of the middle. Andrew Bell with a tip. Andrew, thank you very much. Let me see. Much appreciated. Uh-oh. €8.84 the tip. Wish fast but safe climbing. Watch your steps. Well, thank you. Much appreciated. We may not be climbing today, but we'll see. Depends on if there's opponents, if I feel like climbing, or if I feel like I might fall instead. A lot of T1 land spam coming up, and he seems to like to chain the assist orders on the factories, which I never liked, but there you go. Somehow they're oh, he must have sent Aurora through the beach here, actually, because look, this engineer has been killed by the raiding Aurora through the water. Somehow this lab is still alive and actually protected by the terrain, but much superior expansion from Thomas, given his much faster transport. Over here, Torin has made a transport, as What the Fuck Boom has pointed out in the chat, but it's gone idle. Now he's walking up again, but it's much slower for Torin. This is gonna keep happening for the whole game, isn't it? Raiding Aurora, and look, and very nice air scout and a land scout to help them out, so they can actually find some targets. Look at that missed initial shot. Fixed in beta. Fixed in beta. See how many shots they missed there? Let me post the beta patch notes again. There you go. What a raid here. Insane. He has Aurora everywhere. I love it. And it seems like he's pushed back Thomas in the middle as well. Thomas seems to be idle with his AC. I thought he may have been rushing an upgrade or something, but no, he's just a little bit idle. He's going T2 land. Plasma Wolf asks, is there a forum post? No, I haven't made a forum post, actually. I probably will wait until I fix some of the mistakes in the patch notes. Fix the need to do the images for a lot of the units, but as well, the forum thread of patches is super outdated. Right, okay. Oh yeah, there is some. I should probably clean up the balance form stickies. Yeah, I basically have never used those. I think I'll just unpin it, honestly. How do I unpin it? Well, I'll figure out how to unpin it after, I think. After we stream. I will unpin that post. The other two seem reasonably useful. Still a T3 wreck in the middle. Oh wait, there's actually no mass in that. So, not really. Oh my god, he killed the entire back base with 2 Aurora. How is that allowed? Look at this trail of destruction. He killed 6 mexes. There was an Aurora here, but I don't see any dead engineers, so I'm not sure what happened. There's some dead Aurora. 2 dead engineers here. Hi, Kurtza. What's up? Tauren's expansion still looking pretty weak. Pretty weak. And is he making an upgrade? He should be, in my opinion. Oh, he's rushing T3 land. Okay. So once he finishes this P-Gen, all these engineers are going to start assisting this upgrade. And factories are being recycled. Concerned with air experimental death damage. Work overload. Damn. Yeah, the internet has been under severe pressure, hasn't it? Everyone's streaming Netflix, I guess. Or YouTube. Hi Pablo, I am alive. How's everyone doing during these strange times? What's going on, guys? Hope you're all taking precautions. T3 land coming for Thomas. He already has 2 pigeons and he's making a 3rd one. Meanwhile, Tauren only 1 pigeon. I think his economy's really been suffering. Yeah, he's 6k mass behind. You're working from home, quote unquote. Yeah. A lot of people are. Unfortunately, if everyone Skypes on when they're working from home, then working from home will never be a reality in a more normal time. Okay, we got some quite static position now, and Thomas really should be quite happy that it's become static. He can live with that perfectly well. He's already moved on to his next plan, which is Navy. Hi, Scott Lanning. Oh, it didn't get me. It did not. I'm fine. Drop time indeed. But he's dropping the wrong side. Actually, dropped from Thomas to the 2 naval expansions simultaneously. Very nice. Meanwhile, Tauren has to navigate his drop past frigates with their exceptional radar. And he's dropping 1 harp to 1 location instead of 4 T2 units to 2 locations. And actually now also a T1 plus T2 drop. 1 Rhino and 4 Mantis. And this game looks extremely good for Thomas unless we have some sort of major catastrophe in the base, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen because there's already T3 land, and so it's quite nice having your main production right next to your P-gens. Because now there's a brick, and the brick is just going to kill this Harb. Meanwhile, this Harb is less effective than the T2 drops and T1 drops that Thomas has used. Now he has lost, unfortunately, one of the Rhinos, traded them for a ton of engineers. But why did that tank stop attacking this? I don't know. T1 bombers trying to deal with the drops, but already some damage has been done. The Harb in the base here, where is it? Well, it has died. Here's one dead one, and now a brick gonna be dropped onto this Harbinger. Should be able to deal with him. Hi, sleepy human. What's up? And actually, oh, Torin is stalling power as well, which is really bad. One P-gen, one. Oh no, he has a second one back here actually. Oh, this looks like it could be a T3R perhaps. Guess you start streaming tomorrow. Do. I think people are looking for streams, you know, so they can work from home. Or as they're working from home. Oh, there's so many dead mexes. So many dead mexes, and in comparison, Thomas, it's almost no mexes missing. He also has Navy. I mean, he's making way too much T1 Navy here. This is useless. Because there's one naval factory from Torin, so this is definitely not a great investment, but the game's going so well that the mistake is not exactly catastrophic. He should really be making that at least half that T1 Navy on the other side, and then he could have both navies under control, then go T2 Navy, T3 Air, and the game is done. Now, Torin has just killed the walls that he had built in the middle, and he has 5, 6, 7, and 8th Harb here. The couple of drops have failed, and so he's starting to push forward now. There's a significant amount of time to react here. This project should perhaps be cancelled, actually, given the danger that's coming on the horizon here. That's a lot of Harbs. Now, I'm quite sad that there's no shields whatsoever, but it's understandable given that Torin is so low on power compared to what he should be at. But yeah, now he's making a lot more. But really, yeah, some asylums would make this force a lot scarier. Would help the Harbs and the Aurora quite a bit. So bricks need to be brought home. PDs need to be built right now. So many frigates, and they're all really a waste of time at this point. So many frigates. 25 frigates versus 0 versus 1 naval factory. Brick in the base does go down. T3 P-gen has begun 2 more bricks in the base, and this is devastating. This could be devastating. Although there are 3 Harbs, so the 3 Harbs should be able to deal with it. And all the T1 bombers, actually. Jesus. Ouch. Okay, it's a mass donation. Never mind me. Just kill the T3NG. Yeah, that's not much, but it's something. And here we go. Oh my god, this is actually very, very scary. Thomas hasn't reacted at all with any P-gens. He is now making gunships, and there's no flak in the mix, but there are quite a few T1 anti-air, so the gunships will get some damage done, but they probably die as well quite quickly, it seems. Don't stand next to this P-gen as it dies with your most valuable units. He needs to get forward and kill the T3 P-gen now, as the T2 have been dealt with. How has Thomas let this happen? Torin also should send all of his T1 bombers, and yeah, here they come, and his gunships in. Just send everything here. Is there power being built elsewhere? There isn't. By the looks of it. How many harbs do we have left? Still have 4 harbs. There's still 4 harbs. He can surely take this speed gen. If he takes it, this is gonna be devastating. He could actually win this game. No way. And the bombers are coming. Aim the bombers at the T1P gens. I can't believe it. And he can even kill the T3HQ. Kill the T3HQ now. Finish it. And then come back and kill this one as well. The entire base is there to be taken. Oh. No. On, move in. Kill the other HQ. Kill. Just kill. The only... Okay, he's gonna try desperately to get... He does have 1200 power, so that's probably because of... Yeah, he just control Kane. No. No. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's just... The 1200, I mean, it was mostly in those P-gens, and then plus the 4 hydros he had. The 4 hydros is, you know, a third of it, but oh. Well, Thomas was very comfortable. He knew he was in an extremely good position. He was in an extremely good position, but he totally just didn't react to the units in the middle. He just didn't react. He way overbuilt frigates, which shouldn't have been that big a problem, but well, it's a big waste of mass, honestly. All these factories, plus the frigates, plus the on-built frigates in the factories. And yeah, all his bricks died in the enemy base as he dropped them. He just needed, like, if he had like 3 bricks, if he had 4 bricks in his base, and if he built any T2PDs, you know, then it's defended, you know, just make some PDs. But he didn't react. He just kept building a T3P gen. He had 1 or 2 bricks in his base, and just let like 8 harbs walk into his base with a load of anti-air and Aurora. Madness. It was a completely lost game for Torin. There's no way. And then he just sent an army into Thomas's base and killed it all. So, well, there you go. Ouch. Yeah, no, they don't pass through and kill air experimentals. Yeah, they do a full collision with XPs. Here you go, beta. Somebody, well, there we go. People telling me the the pictures aren't right in the patch notes. Well, I definitely spotted those errors. I just haven't made the pictures. Volunteers welcome, by the way, if you want to make pictures for the patch notes. open the next game. Should ignore Rex on collision. I'll ask Drogo about that. Yeah, recall. Hello, Williamson. Yeah, you can try, Gertza. You can try. Let me know if it works for you. I have a feeling it. You're gonna need a few attempts. Okay. Eon versus Cybran. Correct. It's beta. It's in FAF beta if you want to play it. You want to see the Tsar with the shield. You want to see cloaked beetles. You want to see various other smaller changes to T2 land, T3 land. Then host some FAF beta. FAF beta is also ranked, so you get rating from those games. 100 spy planes, mate. Well, you see, yeah. So now you should adjust your strategies now, because that's not going to work after this bounce patch is released. I actually accidentally blocked a nuke with, I think it was ASF in a tournament game at one point. I think it was a clan war game, an old clan war game. I didn't even realize that I blocked the nuke. We went on to win the game. That's amazing. It's too difficult to actually. It can make too big a difference if you miss time when you're grabbing large chunks of reclaim. I think that's actually the issue here with build orders on this map. You know, simple is better generally, and in this case I think that's actually the issue that I have with the map in terms of build orders. Because it does seem like a very more build order dependent map than many others. Two Aurora can't catch a single Mantis, but the Mantis doesn't get its target either, so well, it's not all bad. A lot of Mantis on the right already. We're gonna have a swing here, so it seems like most of the Mantis sent to this side early on. Most of the Aurora heading west. Inti on patrol here. For some reason. Maybe he's looking for bombers. Maybe he's gonna catch the air scout. Damage about to be done. This expansion and the next round of Aurora out of the base are dispatched to the right. So already looks like superior map control for Thomas. PD should be assisted by the Mantis. Get it up as fast as possible. Tauren not on the move and therefore has no chance to deny it. And now he won't be able to move forward anymore. So yeah, looks like Thomas just had a better build order at the moment. He has already 1200 more mass, which is quite ridiculous. When will he go T2 land? That's what I'm wondering. He's making a transport already. I think T2 land is slightly in the future. It's not gonna happen just yet. Factories in the middle for Tauren. Thomas has taken a different approach. He's just walking through the middle with his ACU alone and grabbing the mexes. Tauren's still building. Very static, but you can't blame Thomas for that because he's static with more of the map. So it's completely reasonable for him to not be pushing forward when he has more control. It's really Tauren is simply allowing him to have this control. Tauren, I think, should use the water. He can attack here and then retreat to the water, which is very, very useful, extremely useful, and he's not really doing that. He's still obeying the rules of land warfare instead of being a true Aeon scoundrel. Looks like Tauren is going to win air, although that was a strange turn. He has more inties, but the bomber from Thomas gets a radar, and it'll probably spin around and get the engineer as well. Yeah. There it goes. And now he has to rely on his land scouts, and he actually only has 2 in here. ACUs meet in the middle. Tauren looks to have done a good job getting a decent amount of reclaim, but he's missed this bit. It's not the best. Now, God, Thomas has such a superior position. Like, this has just been a build order victory. Tauren hasn't challenged him at all. And what's Tauren's plan to get back into this? I mean, does he have a plan? Even in the drops he's behind, as he's lost this plateau, which has significant amount of reclaim and a mech, whereas Thomas hasn't lost his. He hasn't taken his either, but he will be shortly, given his transport is on the way back. Looks like actually this air fight earlier on was precipitated by Thomas taking out Tauren's transport. Now this is an exceptionally good fight for Tauren. Oh, except for the Medusa just pinging 5 Aurora at once there. Imagine, imagine. Oh my god. Oh. Jesus Christ. Don't attack move versus artillery with Aurora. Never do it. Not for more than a second. Holy shit, did you see that? I mean, like, he had so many more tanks, and then he lost like a dozen in 2 shots. It's insane. They have rocket bots. Yeah, we're not climbing at the minute, KPK. I guess I misnamed the stream slightly. So we're doing some casting. Okay, T2 land is up quite a bit later than Thomas. I mean, Thomas just has better map control for the entire game, so he has more mass. Oh, Thomas is getting the gun upgrade with decent amount of assistance. This is actually like 2 engineers worth. So Mantis has 1 build power. So yeah, it looks like Thomas should be in extremely good position. He is in an extremely good position at the moment. But we saw the last game, what happened there. I mean, I hope for Thomas's sake it doesn't happen again. We have 4 mexes and a 5th one upgrading, almost a 5th done. Torin has 4 and he has 2 upgrading at the moment. They're only a quarter of the way there. And now the gun ACU is in range of the vanilla ACU. And this should be the end of the game, actually. If he brings his units in, he could actually get the kill here. Thanks, KPK. I will try to stream a bit more. Oh, I hear the Obsidians arriving. Now, will Thomas go for the kill? He should do, I think. Still, the ACU is in range. He's very low on HP. But actually he allows him in. He retreats from the Obsidians. And Torin escapes on 1500 HP. Didn't want to go any further. Torin with 3 air factories. Will he go T2 air? Go for a snipe, perhaps? Go for a snipe, perhaps? What did I say? Perhaps? That's not a word. Where have I been the last 2 weeks? I've just been away from FAF, more or less. Doing other things. Was the chance to win? Was that a win chance Thomas just tossed? Well, it was. But also, he doesn't need to win right there. Because if you look, he still has a completely superior position. And actually, the fact that he's still fighting here is sort of bad, I would say. If you're not going to go for the kill there, then just, you know, leave. But now he's sort of hang around and he's leaving reclaim, which is a negative. But you can see he has complete map control. He has similar T2 maxes, slightly less, but it doesn't matter with the map control he has. So he's just being safe. If he kept going in there, there was a potential that those Obsidians could have done a few thousand damage to his ACU because they have like almost 500 damage per shot. So that's why he retreated. He didn't want to draw by accident. Yeah, the content has been lacking. I'll try and make more for you guys. In the upcoming days and weeks. I've seen Torn make a lot of use of T1 bombers. Oh my god, there's T2 mexes back here. 2 of them, and they've just gotten killed. I have a feeling all of these rocket bots are going to turn into reclaim relatively soon, but they've already, really doesn't matter too much. Yeah, there we go. T3 land. I was expecting T3 land to at least be on the way, but here it is. It's done, and a brick is on board the transport. Yes, they need to do some more replay reviews, for sure. There's a ton of replay reviews that are due, but people don't... I think people aren't really interested in them. In general, they prefer just watching. Okay. T2... Well, it looks like he's just dropping him on the front line, so again, safety first from Thomas. He doesn't want to go for the immediate kill blow and just drop T3 units directly in the base, because he's afraid that he will perhaps lose them in the transport, something like that. But instead he just drops him to the front line safely, very safely, and he can kill most anything that Torn has with the bricks. And I'm going to actually speed this up because I don't predict at all a similar story to what happened on Settons, where the game was thrown away in spectacular fashion. That's a lot of bombers, and they're all dying for free. Or they were going to there. I think they're... he clicked on the ACU, actually. Yep. Torn calls it a day. This game was lost because of the build order, honestly. And this is... well, you know, complex maps can lead to things like this, in my experience. A simple map can avoid those things. Complex map where there's many expansions, different distances, reclaim in strange locations, but very significant reclaim, means the build order is overemphasized. Just maybe a note if there's any map makers listening. It's hard to reach the map makers with these kind of tips, but yeah. On to the next one in the bag for Thomas finally. Yeah, replay reviews are... I enjoy doing them as well. I think it's a nice change for me as well, because generally I only watch the top players, so you don't always have a perspective on what lower level players are, how they see the game, how they're playing the game. And you can see very distinct strategies go up against each other in lower level games that you won't see at the higher level, because people play a certain way and they have their own preconceptions and misconceptions that are more well, generally similar to each other in their gameplay. That was hilarious though. Is it Arxum Cat? Is it? Or it is? Yeah. Okay, got it. Good stuff. Right, run Loki. Classic. Classic map. Also, that name is so hard to pronounce. I'm saying. Doesn't roll off my tongue anyway. So Thomas doing something different. Almost every time you'll see people do what Torrent's doing. That is reclaim the trees over here. This is not really a good place to do it because he's gonna grab some of these single trees. But Thomas hasn't been doing that. So he's going to expand faster. You can see it's already here. He's also taking a little bit of reclaim on the way, which is reasonable. You don't know how to pronounce it either. Well, that's not great. Loki does have water indeed. Here it is. Some maps, honestly, it is very difficult to see the water. On this map, it's a bit easier. Okay, Aurora. Will we see some Aurora across the water, across the pond? Is it deep enough to hide? Yes, you can hide here in certain locations. You can see it's not even. If you stand here, you'll be above the water. If you stand down here, you'll be below the water. And this is plenty deep over here. This actually, yes, you can hide in here. Up here you won't be hidden, basically. So there you go. Inties patrolling to stop bombers. More of a hopeful measure than a consistent one. Quick T2MX from Thomas. This is a quite normal option as well on Loki. One of the favorite options. Yeah, you can be ground fired. It's true. Opinion of Aeon on this map. I think they're fine. They're quite fine. I think because on this map you can do many things, it means the factions are quite even here. Aeon have advantages. Like this, the water is not insignificant, although we're not seeing Torrent make use of it at the minute. but this can be abused. And also, like, you can easily defend engineers. You can send tanks across with the engineers, so you don't need to like run up here and run across and things like that. You can go for T2 air. Alright, Gertza. See you later. So yeah, I think on maps where you have a lot of options, then the factions are quite balanced already anyway. But it's when specific strategies are more powerful on certain maps, then you have factional imbalances, because, well, they'll have better of a specific unit or something like that. I mean, Aurora aren't great though, I would say, because it's quite a large map. You have to send your units across, but also at the other end of it, it can be quite a defensive map because all the mechs are gathered in one location. So once you get your Aurora there, they can stay there, and they're pretty good then, you know, straight up fight with other T1 tanks. Sam, hello. ACU going horizontal is better, changed my mind. Well, don't know. Not a big fan of Steven Crowder, so I don't really want to argue with him. But well, I can tell you why people generally go vertical. It's because they defend this expansion with the ACU, and this is the most important expansion because it has rocks to reclaim, and that's why people go north. That's basically the reason. And then on this, if you split the map this way, then it's like the expansions that are exposed are like this little expansion, which only has 2 mexes, and it's generally the least important expansion. So if that's the threat, then you don't care, you know? It's less of a threat to have to defend this. It's like, oh, I lost 2 mexes, okay, fine. I'll get them back. Then you have this nice safe expansion here, defended because you already have this expansion in front of it. It's quite difficult to get here if you have this under control. And here we see Aeon using their advantages. Come across the water and kill the expansion. And will he be able to get the Hydra down in time though? That's the question. I don't think so. Actually, no, I do think so. No, I don't think so. Damn. Killing the Hydra would be really nice. If we look at the power income, what's he have? 560. So, you know, losing nearly 20% of your power when you really need it. Minus... Whoa, why is he losing so much power right now? Oh, here's something that maybe nobody knows. Wagner's cost more power than Rhinos. Fun fact. So he should switch to Rhinos because he's power stalling. Now that is esoteric FAF knowledge. Thanks for the questions, guys. T2 air on the way for Torrent. He's coming back. He really wants to kill this Hydra. But he's not going to manage it, unfortunately. And now look at this. He's lost the Aurora. Whatever. He almost killed the Hydra. Nearly. It's going to regen now thanks to Cybran. But killed the expansion for a significant amount of time. Drops to this corner. And these Mantis are just out of position. They can't run across the water. So they're as far away from everything else as they possibly could be by being here. Unless Thomas makes use of his transport, which he should. Just pick these up and drop here, and he could do big damage. Just immediately kill this expansion, but Thomas is not Not quick enough. Not thinking on his feet there. Now we'll see the water come into effect for Thomas as he has the amphibious tanks. And he's going to run across and probably kill this expansion. Some walls and a PD will defend pretty well against Wagners. They're not exceptional against PD at all. That's not how you land. Is this... what's going on? Oh, he's just assisting. Don't know why he built a wall. No idea. Torrent seems to have far superior eco, but why is that? He has 4 T2 mexes. He doesn't have any storage. Thomas should have 4. No, he doesn't. He actually only has 2 T2 mexes. 2 more upgrading at the moment with no assistance. Thomas paying the price for having a much quicker T2 land upgrade time, but actually, oh no, is Torin just gonna die here, or no? He's not. There's not enough units, and actually, all of these engineers in one place. I mean, PDs are gonna go up really fast. One PD is already up. Thomas actually lost a lot of HP, and Torin hasn't lost much at all. Thomas does have the gun upgrade, so he's just all in on this kill, it seems. His stupid gun AC is shooting the wall behind the PD. When will we ever figure out how that bug could be fixed? I don't know, but here comes 2 T2 gunships and a lot of inties, more inties than Thomas has. And Thomas may die here. A 3rd gunship is out. Will we see any mercies? Gunships are the safer option. And I think he's just going to keep going for gunships. There's no anti-air here whatsoever. No T2 flak was brought, even though he had fast T2 land. Here's a flak, and it's probably too far away. 3rd gunship arrives. 4th gunship is on the way. He's trying to build anti-air. That's not going to work. And Thomas is doomed. Rip. T2 air is pretty good. Oh, he's not dead. What? How is he surviving? There we go. Okay. Is he dodging there? Alright. So, well, some strange choices there. I mean, there was obviously a big missed opportunity when Thomas could have... He dropped engineers here, which is pretty try-hard to just drop engineers across like that. But then didn't make the connection to having 5 tanks here and an empty transport, and immediately dropped the expansion. Could have killed all of it. But also, no flak with the gun ACU. Torrent had gone for T2 air, not T2 land. And just gets a free kill there, basically. Thomas walked into his clutches. And at the same time Thomas was doing that push, he was upgrading multiple T2 mexes to so a bit... His decisions were seemed to conflict with each other slightly. So let's move on. Which top ladder player is secret gay? Thanks for the questions, guys. Thanks for the questions. Okay, what's the next map? We're gonna watch a couple different players now. It's Lone Farms on this strange 5x5 map that we saw earlier. Ambush the enemy 2v2. You suck at Loki. You don't have a build order for Loki. Also, hello, Bernd. But yeah, I mean, it's the one map that the build is absolutely known and hasn't changed for years. I mean, like, probably the entire time I've been playing, it's been the same build. Yeah. Well, you'll learn. Farms is UEF. Slow is Cybran. So what do they do build order wise? Farms finishes the first P-Gen. Oh, he's actually just immediately assisting the ACU fully. I thought he was just going to finish the P-Gen, but no, he's... Well, for one, he's blocking the subsequent units out of the factory. That's not great, but... Okay. Now going for reclaim. Repositions the engineer so that now he doesn't have to walk with this engineer to build the rest of what he's got going here, which is a lot of land factories. Zlo is going for third air. What's the best 4v4 map? Well, you're asking the wrong guy. Because I'm not a team game player, basically. Hi, guy. What's up? Not gonna get any work done. Yeah. Let me think though, what are good 4v4 maps? I mean, Hilly, Wander, Certus, yeah, sure. I mean, there's the other classic ones would be like Pyramid. Well, that was a fail there. Somehow the ACU just blocked the entrance there. There we go. Pyramid used to be a classic map, but now it's... I don't think anyone really plays it half as much as they used to. It used to be one of the absolute most popular ones. Dual gap, gap of raw and flat, yeah. You prefer small maps? Yeah, a lot of people do. Hello, King. Hi, Swackle. I'm not quite on top. Not quite. I am... Oh, I'm 9th, actually. Not too bad. That'll do. That'll do for now. Let's hear your suggestions, guys. What are the good 4v4 maps? I mean, I guess... Well, actually... Sentence. You didn't mention Sentence there. Sentence has to be up there. Yeah, sorry, Bluetricity. I should probably rename the stream a little bit because I'm casting at the minute. Nice attack from Zlo there. Kills the engineer. Yeah, here comes the bomber. There's already an anti-air in the base though. Do I like this map? I don't like this map. I don't like the aesthetic. I don't like the way the resources are set up. I don't like... There's too much mass in the base. But I don't like the expansion, how there's 4 spread mexes, make them extremely difficult to capture and hold. 2 hydras in the middle seems bizarre and useless. I wasn't playing earlier actually, sorry, no, I've just completely misled everyone who tuned in to see gameplay, live POV gameplay. I'm sorry, I'm actually gonna rename it right now. Ladder casting. This is just basically the title I had on the last stream. So sorry about that. Oh, another nice kill here. Denying a factory that was on its way to completion. It looks like similar number of units for both these guys. Law maybe has a slight lead. Certainly has a lead in power. Farm's trying to get up this Hydra in the middle. That's going to be a nice boost. But anyway, welcome to the stream, Electricity. Kyle said he's going to get some lessons. Am I his tutor? No, there's plenty of other people who've said they're going to tutor him. So, no need for me to get involved there. There's plenty of people said they'll tutor him, so, you know, he doesn't need 10 teachers, you know. That's not gonna, you're not gonna learn 10 times as fast. Assuming he can hold the Hydra. Yeah, I mean, it looks right now that he's gonna have it for a little while. Zlow's coming for it though. Zlow knows the power of the Hydra, and so he will destroy it. Author of this map gonna be butthurt. Well, maybe. I should probably be more diplomatic. Because honestly, it's not that bad a map. I'm sort of... I mean, aesthetically, I don't like it at all, but... Like, it's... There's worse maps. There's much worse maps. It's really... I'm just a harsh prick. That likes the sound of his own voice, so... Take everything with a grain of salt. That's a nice group of Mantis that just got obliterated. They did nice damage though while they're alive. Looks like Farms has very nice control on the left side. He's really has to retreat from the middle though. So Zlo needs to be pushing forward right now. So many units here in the middle. Farms has been doing a better job though of getting veterans. He's nearly at his first vet level. Oh, we just see all the Mantis start to converge on the UEF ACU. Zlow's on the move as well. And I think Farms might probably die here. Oh, nice overcharge into the middle. Kills 4, maybe even 5 Mantis. The bomber comes in. Does significant damage actually, and now units coming in from the sides. Farms needs to be careful he doesn't keep sending these in, because Zlo can do a heel turn and get a good trade on some of these armies on the side. Zlo actually just controlled K's at that point. Farms outmaneuvered him. I think I wanted to see where that ended. I wanted to see where that ended properly. Zlo still had health on his ACU, and Farms still had low health on his ACU. So I'm kind of disappointed he control K'd right at that moment, but I definitely Farms is in a better position. Good unit use from Farms there. In these 1v1s on small maps, it's just all about unit positioning and making sure you're fighting at least 5 tanks against 4. That's it. Like, that's all that matters, really. And of course, making sure your ACU is getting shooting as often as possible at those tanks. Meibara Keiichi. Search for 30 minutes because they expect me to play ladder. Who is that? Oh, it's Torin. Of course it's Torin with a name like that. And he never once asked me to search ladder. Oh, Torin. Okay, somebody wanted to see a Desert Joust game. Who was it? It was Plasma Wolf. Wonder if he is still here. Because we have a Desert Joust game. Yeah. Oh, you played against Calibrox. Yeah, he is back. I saw him. He's said hello at the start of the stream as well. Before hopping into a game. Yeah, there you go. Plasma. Here's a Desert Joust game. I've played this map a fair few times. It's been in tournaments as well. It's been on ladder. What to do after the big reclaim? Right, well, it's all about reclaim. And it's not just about this reclaim here. Pair of Salem's in the middle. Look at the Cybern ACU in the distance. So it's about the Salem's, but more so it's about this stuff here. This stuff here. All of this reclaim in the base. And of course, many juicy T2 Rex around the map as well that you want to be grabbing. So it's just it's the same story as with any reclaim heavy map. It's about scaling fast and efficient. So a lot of power in a lot of factories, a lot of build power, and attack moves from the factories into these into the sides. This is an absurd amount of manual reclaim here. But holy shit. Well, Jesus Christ. Right, is this necessary? I mean, maybe it is at the absolute top. I mean, in my view, it's a bit much. I mean, if it was a tournament game, I would do as much manual reclaim as possible. If it's a ladder game, I'm not doing that, basically. And you should still be okay with that, doing that. I mean, at lower level, I'd just say don't even try to do that. It's a waste of your APM. But it's all about, you can see, every engineer that comes out the factory just gets added to the pool of willpower that spams power and factories. Air is very useful, and look at this. Zlo is decided he's not making air. He's made an anti-air turret. Now I'm worried that this anti-air turret is not going to kill the bomber fast enough to save his engineers. And if that's the case, this thing has been a complete waste. But it is perfect. He gets nothing. Farms gets nothing from the bomber, and he can't believe it. It's amazing. Look at that. I love it. So that's one thing you could do. Completely counter your opponent's build order. And he's also made 2 mobile anti-air, and he's making an air factory of his own. So let's see. You can see a lot of mass. Look at how many engineers are in the base here. This is what you should be looking at. 5 here. This is like 6 more here. Another 2 here. Another reclaiming. Lots of build power. Focus on build power at the start. Tanks come after. Set up the production for those tanks first, and then get the tanks out. Farm similarly has around a dozen engineers in the tank in the base. So, and then after we've dealt with the base building, then it's about getting. Well, of course, we send the ACU to steal some reclaim. You can also send an early engineer to do this. The engineer's faster than an ACU, of course, so he can get there a bit sooner. But he won't be able to take all the mass before an ACU arrives. And then we need to get one of the sides, one of the corners, and get the reclaim there, because there's just as much reclaim there as there is in the starting base, and that's a huge amount. So reclaim. And you probably want to scale. You probably want to. I mean, if you're UEF, T2 land is a great option, especially I would say with the pillars. Pillars are very good on this map because they have good speed, and you can make many of them because they're cheap. And another thing you have to worry about is, of course, dying in the middle at the start of the game. Zlo has 2 air factories. One of them makes jesters, the other makes anti-air. And Zlo has brought many Mantis to the middle, and actually he's just using his Mantis to shoot the ACU, and meanwhile just taking mass with the ACU. Which is kind of ridiculous. Why is he not shooting the enemy ACU? He is going to die now. He literally just allowed farms to kill all of his tanks for free, and is now going to die. That is incredible. And what the Oh, Zlo, you goofed on this one. So, oh, he was also making. He also went T2 land. What is he thinking? I mean, yeah, go T2 land if you want, but don't do the rest of those things. I mean, in principle, I have no problem with rushing T2 land, or I mean, 2 air factories doesn't seem great. But holy crap. Do I like mixing mongoose and pillars? Yes, I do. Mongoose plus pillar plus parashield plus flak plus land scouts. Yes. Definitely. Oh, I think pillars are better. No, I would use a mix, for sure. I would use a mix against Cybran. I would use a mix against Seraphim. I would use a mix against UEF. I would use a mix against Aeon. I think, yeah. Pillars and mongoose and shields is just a great combo. All very microable ratio wise. I mean, you only need 1 or 2 shields in an army and then go more or less half and half. I would go half and half because I believe in my micro. And there's a lot of value to be had. I think mongoose are a really good unit. Yeah, I wouldn't go on only mongoose. No, I mean only mongoose against pillar doesn't make sense. But I think a mix between the two always makes sense. Actually. Always. Well, I think farms probably did the better base building at the start of this. I mean, Zlo seems to have more factories, but I don't know. I mean, an extra air factory is costly. Farms has 1 T2 mech. Does Zlo? Yeah, see, Zlo has almost 2. He has 2 T2 mechs, so I think Zlo is stalling there. He clearly didn't have as many units. I feel like Zlo may have been stalling, and that's why he felt he had to sit on this wreck and reclaim it the whole time, which was ultimately a suicidal endeavor. These games are hilarious, honestly. Oh, God. Right. Let's open the next game. 1 second. Right. Settings again. Right. Cybran and UEF. Are these live? No, they're not live. I'm just pulling these from the vault. This one is from a few days ago. This is from the 3rd of the 4th. 3rd of April. This one's directly after the previous. In a previous patch, the latest patch. Oh yeah, there's a game patch on the 4th, and then there's a hotfix for some strange issue. Maybe a day later or 2 days later. So yeah, there's a different patch, but only a game patch, not a balance patch or anything. And it's always doing the double land factory build order. So he made land factory followed immediately by a land factory, and at some point he built a mech. So I don't know if he built it probably after the 2 factories, I would say. And this is a ridiculous build order that appeared in Settings 4v4 at one point. I don't know who made it up first, but it is ridiculous. And well, we'll see what Zlo can do with it. But you can see it's all about reclaim. It's the ultimate abuse of tree reclaim. Is what this build order represents. He's not even building mexes because again, tree reclaim gives plenty of mass. No, Benias didn't come up with this. He used it, but no, he didn't come up with it. So now the P-gens start being built. And Zlo has done it quite well. Never even really got close to stalling, which means he even has some room to maybe do it slightly better. But no, this is good. But I mean, a lot of people have done it. I don't know who originated it, honestly. Maybe it was UD. It doesn't seem like a UD thing, but maybe. But yeah, it's quite a ridiculous build order. Now let's compare. 1, 2, 3, 4 factories. 3 factories for Zlo. That doesn't look too good. He has used like all of his trees here. And meanwhile, Farm still has these available to him. And also if we look at the expansion, well, it seems similar. So the obvious advantage of 2 factories immediately is more build power straight away. So you have 2 factories building engineers instead of 1, and more engineers at the start of the game means generally is more eco. If you want more eco, a better economy, you front load on engineers. That's just a rule. As engineers build your economy, build your economic structures. So that's the nucleus of the idea. Faster build power. What if I could just build factories, and only factories at the start? So Zlo has more mass total. It's very similar, but Zlo has less. A lot less power income at the moment. Expansion wise, he's faster. Yeah, Zlo's slower to expand. You can see if we look at these 3 expansions: rock, front of air, and beach. Zlo is ahead or equal, or sorry, farms ahead or equal on every front. Zlo now is in danger of doing the exact same thing he did last time, which is stand in the middle of a load of tanks reclaiming Rex, and he's lacking units, and now he's cut off from his units. So to get to his ACU, the units will have to run into farms commander, which is not good. Zlo's going to get some nice kills here, but he's taking a lot of damage. You don't want to be in range of 6 or 7 tanks at once. And look, he can't get close with his own tanks. He's forced into the water already. Farms begins reclaiming Salem's. Has a factory at the front. Zlo's engineers have to pull their weight now and get the reclaim so that he doesn't stall. Still, well, okay, we do have an air factory. I nearly said still don't have air, which would have been outrageous. Farm server's gone for 2 air factories. It's making a second transport. Is it by accident or no? Farms also did 2 factories. He also did the double fac build order. You know, I should have checked that. I believe you, because Farms has done this double fac build order a lot on settings. I've seen him do it many times, so I also believe he could do it better. Second transport is good on settings. Yeah, two transports are better than one. They are. I mean, you can't drop everywhere one transport. Farms dropping here. How many's gonna drop? Two. Oh no. Farm's desperate for this mass. He really needs it, and it looks like a lot of it has disappeared already. Zlow's grabbed quite a bit. Good job. Now he emerges from the water. Farms really needs this mass. He's so low. And actually, he probably shouldn't even build this hydro, given his economic situation. He should probably get the mexes first. But also dropping here seems like a mistake. Put that one over here. Already has build power in that area, and there's a ton of mantis in the middle now. And this stall, that minus 60 stall, basically brought all of his factories to a screeching halt in terms of production. And maybe not even for very long, but Zlow is absolutely pouring mantis through the middle. Farms is forced into the water, and Zlow can maybe march forward and take the significant amount of reclaim that are remaining here. Now, we do have a T2 engineer out, and why is it being loaded into a transport? Well, I guess he doesn't want to build the PD all the way back here. He wants to try and get PD more forward so he doesn't lose all of his front mexes. But it seems like a very ambitious plan. And has he actually forgotten about his transport now? Oh yeah, now he remembers. Yeah, I would have just walked. He probably would be here already. He's way too close. I mean, if Zlow allows him to get a PD up here, it's a bad mistake, I would say. But he can't get any scouting here at the minute. Doesn't have any air scouts ready. But he is gonna push. He is just gonna push, and if he takes out these T2 NGs, there's not gonna be any T2 PDs to go up. And they'll have to be built further back. The T2 engineers will also have to be replaced. We won't have Mongoose production while he makes T2 NGs. There goes the T1 PD that's built. The T2 engineers are dying. And this looks scary. It seems though the farm says one air. That's at least something. I mean, it's... And actually he's going T2 air. So this is his reaction. Zlow is committing heavily forward with an unupgraded ACU. Oh my god, Farms, what are you doing? Why is he here? He's so lucky if he gets across. I mean, why is he trying to walk across the water to the other side, or across the land to the other side, when he should have died there? And here come the mantis, but he's gonna get into the water at this stage, surely. Although he is dropping HP rapidly. Oh my god, he's so lucky to even be alive. Oh, 1500 HP. Alright, T2 engineer is sufficiently far back that he will be able to get a T2 PD up, which should... Oh, look at the spam. Look at the spam. I can't believe Farms just walked across the city. Like, why is he not dead? This is a lot of spam. The Mongoose are gonna have to be microed very carefully. If he loses, I mean, even losing one of them is gonna be painful, but you can see the value they can give. Free kills. It did slow down the push, but it's still a terrible move. Now T2 air is up, and this is what I was thinking. The gunships are here. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna have to close the window. Gunships are here. Surely the gunships are for the ACU. Why is he sending them up here? I mean... Oh, and Zlow seems to be suiciding at this point. really seems to be suiciding. Here come the gunships, and they're going to end the game. Good reaction from... Yes, there's gunships outside the window. Hang on a sec. Right, Zillow's dead. You can all see that. Okay. Don't say GG to that, please. Alright. Well, definitely good reaction from Farms to make T2R. As soon as I saw that, I thought, yeah, he's probably gonna win this. Probably the right decision. Don't do an Epstein. But Epstein didn't kill himself. Well, yeah, I mean, this T1 all-in stuff on settings is very unlikely to work. I mean, it's kind of crazy how many T2 mexes he made. Like, Zlo has so many T2 mexes, and Farms has none. And yet Zlo is like all-inning with the vanilla ACU in Farms base. Like, what? I don't, it's mad, really. There's so many incongruent decisions. So many. But Farms should have died. I can't get over it. Just because he survived Swackle does not mean it's a great player. God damn. Munga's shoulder value at least. Some of them did. Master of the unforced area. Right, let's move on to the next. Yeah, I mean, he's, you know, just retreat, leave. Don't put your ACU in a place where it's obviously gonna die. Oh well. What's next? Oh, we have a Tauren and Farms game. Let's try that one. Okay. Here we go. Hi, Kurt. Kurt Blankenfeld. What a name. Thank you. You're welcome. It's easy to check whether someone's going random. Well, you see, you can change how you search every time, so you could just manually choose a different faction every time. You could change from only Aeon to Aeon and Seraphim to Seraphim UEF to whatever combination you want. So you really have to, people have to say what they're doing for you to really know. Thomas was Aeon only for a while. Yeah, Turbo was too. It's true. Right. Couple of land factories and an air factory. Normal stuff on Rhaegar. I think Tauren is expanding very slowly to the left. I would say he should probably make use of the hover tank so that it allows him to expand faster to the left, but he's not really using that. Normally you have to sort of delay sending engineers to the left because you can get labbed. But with Aeon you can quickly send a tank across with a quick engineer. I guess you don't have to do that. You tried each race and you had a big variation. Well, what factions did you perform best with? Best and worst from top to bottom. So I think you do have to know how to play different factions. A little bit. I mean, they're quite similar, but there are differences you have to be aware of. Okay, Aurora to middle. Looks like Tauren's gonna get the juicy Obsidian Rex here. Well, that's an Obsidian. This is something else. Is that a Riptide? Riptide costs the same. It must be a Riptide. Nice lab here. Gets a kill. Goodbye, Engie. And maybe this engineer is feeling a bit vulnerable. Lab gonna go searching, and the air scout's gonna spot him. So I think the lab's gonna come straight across here, and the Aurora are quite slow. Don't seem to be on their way. I suspect this engineer is gonna die unless he heads for the water. Did best with UEF. Tried a month of Cybran, 2 weeks of Seraphim. Just got 50%. And what about Aeon? You didn't mention Aeon there. Farms arrives at his juicy reclaim chunks and takes them, and he's slightly faster than Tauren. What's the plan for farms? It's T2 land. That's the plan. 40% on the way to T2 land already. And Tauren has no such plans. Farm's actually also forcing an air fight. Looks like he is going to win as well. Just an idle inti from Tauren. Watching his comrades get shot down and destroyed. But you didn't try Aeon. So it doesn't seem like you had a big variation, because you just said you got 50% for Cybran and Seraphim, and you did a bit better with UEF, so that doesn't seem like a big variation. And you didn't try Aeon, so. Is Seraphim T2 bomber still OP? Fixed in beta. He won 8 games in a row with UEF. Yeah, well, I mean, you can't necessarily attribute that to UEF, though, can you? Could be, I think you need, you know, it could be, but not necessarily. It's quite dangerous. Oh, there's no land scouts here for Torin, and so I don't know why all of his air scouts are now over the base. He needs them with his tanks here, at least one of them. There's a lot of tanks coming from behind, so it feels like this army is going to disappear unless, I mean, there's an option of him running away to this location, but this is a great raid. Very good. He's going to try and get to this water and this water, and he may be successful. He's not going to kill the factory, unfortunately, which means engineers are going to pop out and quickly expand and take the mexes back, but he's done well so far. Quite well. Bomber doesn't do all the damage it could. Actually, he's coming back to finish the factory. I like it. I like that a lot, although there's an engineer in the area. He is losing all of his Aurora, though. Come on, finish it. Don't run away. Yes. Nice. I'm glad he finished that factory off. Does lose at least 10 Aurora. No, more Aurora than that, probably. Now, not for free. Of course, kill the expansion. Did kill tanks from farms as well. But it's going to be a bit dependent on how fast that reclaim is gathered. And Farms is already making pillars, and meanwhile Torin doesn't seem to have made any attempt to go T2 land yet. So yeah, he's reclaiming this new factory, and he's going to, as quick as he can, probably upgrade to T2 land. He has chosen the wrong factory in my opinion, because this one only has one adjacency, or he's only adjacent to one mex. This one here is adjacent to 2 mexes, so it's just better. You dislike the Seraphim selection sounds? Well, I can't say I've heard that reason before for disliking a faction, but I also have no reason to argue with you. If they're distracting, they're distracting. Farms Torin is missing out on a lot of reclaim here. Civilian buildings give at least 100 each, and there's also a couple of PDs and an anti-air turret and a PGen, so this is a decent amount of reclaim. Yeah, thanks for pointing it out, John. The Mech Marine is still alive, has 2 kills. He should come back to this mex and take it back. Or start killing it. Throwing every idea at beat balance? Well, not really, it's just another adjustment. There are crazier ideas that people wanted, so I think adding some cloak is not too crazy. Right, what now? 3 T2 mexes, T2 PGen coming up. Farms has a T2 PGen. Only making his first T2 mex now, but Farms is gonna have a killer army right now. Like, look at this. 7 pillars and 6 mongoose. Like, there's nothing that can stop that for Torin. He has no AC upgrade. He has only Aurora. He has no shields or anything for them. He's stalling power horribly while making this PGen, because he still has 500 power at minute 10, so the beetle AoE is big already. It's like it's quite big, so the intention is for them to be used against units. try them out. Do they still EMP? They do, yeah. They EMP and they do damage. And right now, Farms, it's time for Farms to use his T2 land, and he should be able to kill well, the entire army of Tauren if Tauren stands up and fights, and if not, he should kill all the expansions. The ACU can't stop these armies. PD's desperately going up a T2 support factory. Can Tauren afford these T2 support factories that he's making? Oh my god, he can't afford 4 T2 support factories. There's no possible way that he could afford all of those. Surely. One PD goes up and it's gone. And I feel like the game is actually ending soon. Like, this is the ideal moment for the UEF player. So he's gone pretty quick to T2 land. Now he's gotten a dozen T2 land units, or actually more. He's now, do you see how many extra mongoose he made there in that small amount of time? Like, this is the moment to do the damage, and that's what he's done. He ran in, killed the whole expansion, including a T2 support factory, which is not cheap. What is going on with the graphics here? It's kind of weird. Never saw that before. But yeah. Crazy. Tauren really is just suffering. So many Lobos. Yeah, 60 Lobos. I mean, yeah, it is a lot. It's quite a lot. But that's basically because he switched all of his T1 land production away from tanks, because there's no point in making T1 tanks, but making Lobos is definitely a lot more useful. So he's probably ended up he has over-invested in Lobos probably, but not by much. So they are a useful unit. And he's now he has T2 and he's making the gun, I have to assume. Can Beetles just kill any ACU without radar with their cloak? No. ACU has Omni. Farms can just run down middle. Yeah, Farms can run anywhere. I like how he killed this expansion, now retreated the whole way back to middle, and now there's tanks here defending, and the ACU's here making gun. He's gonna make... He may make Omni, or not Omni, Chrono. He may make Chrono. This would be a possibility. Stop looking at my depressing games. My Farms. Say hello to the people. I mean, who else's games am I gonna watch? I've watched some Thomas games. Now there were some depressing games in there. It's low. Some depression games there. Tauren. I mean, there's plenty of them. Single gun. This is what range is finished, and now we'll have the speed gun, T2 transport to bust this ACU around so that he can hope and pretend that he could possibly defend against all of these units. It seems like Farms, although he killed the expansion, hasn't really done much else, and he has had way less eco the whole time. That is something that has to be mentioned. Tauren ecoed a lot more at the start, and so Farms hasn't caught up on eco at all. He just hasn't at all. So if he's not doing damage, then he will fall behind, although I much prefer his units. I mean, he doesn't have any shields here, which is I don't like at all, and maybe he has too many mongoose, not enough pillars for my liking, but oh, attack missile launcher. I thought he was making the gun, as you would expect, but no, he's making, he made the TML launcher. Attack pack. There is a TMD in the base, as there should be. Oh, 2 pigeons have died. And now the HQ is dead. Wow, I missed completely that he already killed 2 pigeons in the base. Torin, for just a moment, thought that 2 T1 RTs had killed everything. But no, that would be something very special. Well, okay. Well, that's one way to do it. Attack pack. From the side, just fired past the TMD. Because Aeon. And just before the shield finished. Look at this almost finished shield. God damn. Yes, TML launcher. Just like the ATM machine. Yeah, Soviet enjoyed that one. What should we watch? Okay. There's some maps here that I haven't seen. I feel like, well, no, actually I have seen that. Alright, let's watch Blast. We haven't seen a game from Blast. Same map. Your instinct is to use the regen with tech. See, it seems way more useful to have it when you're attacking with a gun and have an army with you. So I don't really see the... I feel like that's the instinct that most people would be. Regen plus gun makes a lot more sense. And I mean, regen hasn't been used because of that, because... you know, regen, it was either get regen or get the gun, so, you know, the gun is hard to pass up on. It's basically the best upgrade in a huge number of scenarios. Alright, Torrent and Blast, and it's actually the same factions again. Aeon UEF. So let's see. Second air from Torrent. Takes the reclaim at the back. No bomber planned. Blast Shield. What is this? Where's his ACU gone? Oh, he's fucking left. Torrent scouts the base and should see that there's no ACU. Yeah. What the fuck, says Torrent? Now will he find him? Oh, he's looking, yeah, you can see. No, still didn't spot him. Come on, Torrent, you can find him. Or not. Lost his scout, so now he doesn't know. He's hiding in the water. He's literally hid from the radar. Because air scouts have much lower sonar, so he actually just hid. And now he's going through the water, going to take this expansion. Got some of the mid-mass there before getting shut down. This is ridiculous though. What is this ACU move? I mean, it's hilarious. I like it because of that, but I don't see why it's a good move. I thought he was gonna just come down to here to this expansion, or maybe, well, more like walk directly down, steal this mass, and fight here against the enemy ACU. Create a different split, but actually, it seems like he changed his mind because he realized, thanks to this message, that Torrent knew. Well, he immediately spotted that the AC wasn't in the base and knew that something was wrong. And we have Tech 2 land already upgrading for Blast Shield. Okay. Blast goes to mid with his ACU, and he gets none of the mass. And now we have this annoying problem of shooting under the ground because the Aeon structure is under the ground and emerges from below ground. Reclaim it. Stop trying to shoot it. But yeah, he got none of the mid-mass there with his ACU. He got a little bit with the engineer, but Torrent actually stole the rest of it. Torrent has so many tanks in the base. This is terrible. Rally points are important. And this looks totally busted. It's completely... Blast is just lost already. Completely, I would say. Now, he does have T2 land, but there's no way he can come back from this, surely. No expansion here. He got the mass here at least, but I mean, really? I don't see it. And he has a transport finish, but he hasn't dropped. So I don't know why his I guess he's hiding the transport because maybe he lost air. Torrent is now dropping. And he's dropping with an artillery. So you can see up here on this plateau, there's PDs. So he's gonna drop an artillery so that way he doesn't need to make a factory up here. And having a fervor is pretty nice because fervors are the best units, best T1 artillery versus T1 PDs. Uh-oh. This looks problematic. Although, actually, Torn has to be careful here because there's T2 units coming. The Lobos have to be dodged. His Aurora are disappearing very quickly and he has 0 reinforcements anywhere. Yeah, Torn actually is in danger. This could be a loss for Torn. It could definitely be a draw right now. But actually Blast starts reclaiming things. Torn does not have energy storage, which is what I expected. But Blast didn't want to take the risk. I mean, fighting pillars when you have no energy storage, you're gonna die. That could have been... Blast could definitely have stolen the draw there, and actually in this position I would have tried to do that. Why is it the best RT versus PDs? Well, because it just is extremely accurate and has a good... It has the highest DPS and it's very accurate because in exchange it has very low AoE. So it's actually the best versus structures. And of course it's also cheaper than the Zui, which would be the contender. The other contender. Medusas tend to miss. So a single Medusa versus PD is quite bad. 5 Medusa versus PD is extremely good because of the stun. But if you want just one artillery to kill PDs, you would get a fervor. T2 air. You gotta feel like Blast just missed a big chance there. And it's all because he's just scared of overcharge. And there's still no overcharge. I mean, he did also have less HP in the ACU, but he had units, T2 units. Right now he has T2 units because he rushed T2 very quickly, but he's not making use of them at the minute. He has managed to take his side of the map mainly, well, he's missing this. But yeah, he's just behind at this point. No problem, TC. Thanks for the question. Blast is gonna regret this. This gunship is just freely killing a T2 unit. And the other T1 units that were around. 6 kills already. Ouch. It's gonna be not possible for Blast to win air in this game thanks to Swift Winds. So well, I feel like it's just a death push through the middle with T2 units is the play here. If I was Blast, rally everything to the middle, get some shields and a couple of shields, 3 flak, maybe a couple more, and then push with the gun ACU. And now he's going backwards. No, stop that. Stop. Don't go backwards. You have to go forwards. Even if you're going to lose your expansions. I think he just has to push. I mean, he could push towards the base, force him to make PDs there. I mean, there's no way he's going to get through the base and kill the base, but he can push. And once you push to here, then you can just kill the left side. The left side can't be reinforced. So, yeah. But instead, he's come back with a gun ACU to take this expansion. It's terrible. It's very hard to tell when you have an advantage, even with scouting. Nah. This game, like, I mean, you can tell. I mean, very hard. I think it's overselling it a bit. At a certain point, there's a similar efficiency, and so if the other person has more mexes, then you better have more units. Otherwise, you're just not as good as them. So, and you know what's happened in the game. You know that, oh, I got bombed in my expansion, so that put me behind. I know that I was faster to T2, so I should have more T2 units. I know that, you know, there's a lot of things that you know, and so you can play without scouting and still have a good idea what's going on in the game. Couple that with having incredible intel tools like the T1 Air Scout mean that it should not be difficult for you to know when you have an advantage to use. I tag it up. What's up? Exactly, Soviet. Fourth T2 Mex coming up. Aurora coming in from the water here. Yeah, I think if I'm against Swifties, I would probably just give up on making air. I think Blast's making a lot of inties, but they're not gonna allow him to win air. They're just not. I don't believe that they will, so I'd say just make a lot of flak, don't make air, make a lower amount of energy, or use that energy for making a shield ACU or something like that. But Torin has a lot more mass right now. Total, slightly more generated mass. And he's in a solid position. Ooh, is he gonna waste his... No, he snipes the single flak. And now he can actually kill his whole army with gunships, which is quite painful. Losing multiple T2 units. I mean, this is a donation and a half. Just sending Aurora in. Uh-oh. He's actually gonna try and win air. And if Torin doesn't micro properly, it is possible that he could lose. But actually, well, here's another advantage. Torin can simply fly away with the faster speed of Swifties. Mass for mass. Well, there's different things going on. It's like, because they're T2, you can put a lot of you can make a lot of Swifties very quickly, and also they're much more microable, and you can repair Swifties. Like, these Swifties are injured, they've retreated from an air fight. He can repair those cheaply in an air staging. So Swifties have a lot of advantages, which mean that I would way prefer them to to inties, no question. And the fact that they can catch strats and things. Oh, is this the death push? This is it? Torn walk a bit too far forward into a lot of T2 units here. I think he should... Oh, should he focus the ACU or... No, he should just finish all the units off and then focus on the ACU afterwards. So many Mongoose and Lobos. I think Torn is actually throwing this game with a big suicide. He's completely run out of units. Oh my god. Torn, you really misread that situation. A shield arrives, that's not gonna help too much. Oh, look at the Gatling gun fire. Goodbye. Oh, he gets a vet, he's gonna survive a little longer. But not too much longer. Hi Evan, what's up? Oh, Torin, what a throw. Yeah, Pure Mongoose did look pretty good there. Well, you see, it's Pure Mongoose versus Obsidians, so the range difference is absurd there, obviously. So it's impossible for Obsidian to get in range, really. And also, Torin did just walk into a much bigger army. Hi, Werner. Thank you. Hi, Kaiser. What's up? Kaiser? I really should say Kaiser. He could even raid here with the Mongoose at the same time. Well, Blast fucking stole that one, I would say. He was at T3. Oh, here we go. A lot more eco on the side here as well. 1, 2, 3 support factories and T2 air. Meanwhile, only 2 support factories. No extra eco. No T2 air. And said he went T3 land, so well played. Well played, Blast. Right. Okay, here's one on a different map. A map. I think I've only played this map once. To cast one of my ladder. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder how long it would take to download. Okay, here we go. Something different. Something a bit different. Polar depression. Quite relevant. So it is very white. 10 by 10 map. It's quite a lot of mexes here, honestly. And mostly spread out. So we got one main base here that you spawn in. We got one on the top of the mountain. 3 mexes. It's got like little crystals on it or something. And then what do we have? And then we have a main expansion here, I guess. Guess you could call that main expansion. Oh, that's a bit further away. Maybe this is the main one. I should check some 1v1 on Petrik's new map of TZ versus Thou. It's a very, 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 very good game. Sounds promising. I guess I'll watch it after this. No, yeah, it seems like Torrent's playing Aeon only, which he has done. He did that a while ago, and he's come back to it, which I'm glad of, because that's what when he was really tryharding. When he first, I think he was really Aeon only. Farms casted it. Let me see how long a game it is, because I have a feeling that it's gonna be long if he's suggesting it to me. Let's search. Lab gets nothing done. Oh no, it's 2 labs actually against each other. And the flare wins because it has a scout with him, so it starts shooting first. Plus it has alpha, more alpha than the UEF mech marine. There's so many mech marines. They're just everywhere, and they have not found anything to kill yet. Hi, Patrick. Right, let me search the vault. Oh yeah, it's 1 hour 18 minutes. Fuck me. You know, maybe we'll cast that tomorrow. The Zara has a speed reduction to 8. I think it already is 8. Casting a lot lately? No. No, I'm not. Wait, I didn't have a 1 hour 40-minute game against Chosen on Oracle? No, I didn't. Unless you're talking to someone else. Okay, this mech marine got something done. Did the other ones get anything done? Fucking hell. Oh, you had. Oh yeah, sorry, I misread. Nice lab. Kill the radar. It's kind of peculiar, honestly. I mean, we've really slow expansion to the mexes on the right side. There's nothing. No engineers dispatched in those directions. I mean, I know he's lost an engineer or two, but I know, JP. I know exactly who you are. You had a 1-hour game on Ambush Pass with Megalith and Fat Boys. Yeah, it seems like very slow expansion. I mean, the ACU's arrived here, and I feel like the ACU maybe should be in the middle, really. Why is nobody building mexes? Confused. But why is Torin not building mexes, really? Get a PD up here. Factory should go up here as well. And so many Hydras in the corner. That's one of the strange things about the map. 3 Hydras in the corner. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's a problem. It's just kind of interesting, kind of funny. I don't really see what effect it has. I mean, there's other maps that have as many Hydras or more, so I don't think it's really a big deal. It's just generally they don't have them all in the same place. That's the only real difference. Torin seems to leave a lot of tanks in the base at once. Now maybe it's an Aeon thing, maybe he just doesn't want to spread Aurora out too much. He wants to keep them all in a group and then use them in batches, but he should still rally them at least a bit outside the base, I would say. But yeah, I don't know. Looks pretty good for him. He's kind of allowed to do what he wants. He's got a interesting little raid going on here. He's under like no pressure from Blast at the minute, because Blast is meanwhile, well, he's just rushed to Tech 2. Where's the economy? This feels like a map you can definitely make eco on. You should be making eco on because there's so many mexes. How many does he have now? 27. He hasn't fully taken his side of the map yet. So he should have like about 30, I guess. Slightly more. Looks like this raid isn't actually going to do anything too important. Where are the support factories? We have one at 40%, one at 10. AC arriving in the enemy expansion, and he's going to take it. That's quite good, actually, for Torin. Very good, in fact. And it looks, yeah, looks really good for Torin now when he takes this expansion from Blast. And again, Torin chooses T2 Air. He doesn't want to make T2 Land as a reaction to enemy T2 Land. It seems he prefers T2 Air, and I can't blame him, because with T2 Air you can sort of keep the ACU under control a bit more, I would say. Keep him scared. But also, well, the ACU for Blast doesn't look like he has any plans to do anything interesting in the near future. Yes, they did, in fact. Nathan. Specifically, Farms did. So, yeah, you can blame him. A single Mongoose retreats from 15 Aurora. How many of them will he kill? A lot, it seems. There you go, 2 more. And 2 more again. Brutal. 9 kills. Well, of course you did. That's why people suggest these games. Because of the hilariously appalling gameplay contained within. The exceptional gameplay is not funny to watch, really. So it's less entertaining. The mistakes where you wonder how someone could even come to to make them. You just can't even fathom how their brain produced such an effect. That's where the real entertainment is. You don't have to make excuses. Everyone has these games that make no sense whatsoever. Well, nearly everyone. I certainly do. Gunships for Torrent. Yeah, it's just one for Torrent already because of, well, you say one. We've seen some one games already today that have been lost, but I mean, he just got this expansion using his ACU. Meanwhile, Blast chilled in his expansion, didn't use ACU at all. And again, T2 Air versus T2 Land. The T2 Air seems to have more of an impact right now. In the last game, we saw T2 Land eventually won out because, well, almost all the T2 Land found itself surrounding Torrent's ACU at some point. But this map is a lot more spread out. T2 Air is going to be more valuable. Yeah, I think so, William. I mean, in general, I think, say compared to Rhaegar, T2 Air is going to be better here than there early on. Doesn't want to suicide these gunships. The fighters have sort of lagged behind, so he's already lost one gunship here, which is immediately grabbed by the engineers, and he lost two more at the back. And the flak dies. The flak that he was retreating as into these two has died, so this should be an air loss for Blast if Torrent reacts quickly. If he doesn't react quickly and reacts a bit later, then a flak is going to pop out and he might actually lose air, but I don't think it's really relevant. This side is now dying. I don't know why there's so many tanks here, so many bots here with the ACU, and they've just allowed everything around them to die. Yeah, it was a pretty nice gunship split. It would have been nicer if he just brought the fighters with the gunships, then there'd be no need to split them. Oh no, this flak is gonna get a bit of value. Not as much as you would have thought, though. Not as much. Gunships go after the flak. Goes down, and now Mongoose are very vulnerable with that low HP, and they're gonna die fast to the gunships. Shouldn't fight with the Aurora and just suicide the Aurora while the gunships can do free damage, though. But it doesn't really matter. The Aurora aren't very important now because we have T3 Land. Good old T2 Land skip. He does love his monkeys, and they're really good, so I can't blame him. But he doesn't seem to love parashields, which is a problem. Parashields are fantastic, especially in conjunction with Mongoose, and also in conjunction with flak. All those flak that died would not have died if there was a parashield near them. Okay, Torrent is now standing there tanking loads of Mongoose damage because he doesn't want to cancel his upgrade. He's down to less than 5,000 HP now, and the gun finishes. He's down at almost 3,000 HP. Was that really worth it? 4,500 now that you got a vet level. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Now he's much easier to snipe. If we had T2 air here, I mean, there's no anti-air. It would take some time to kill a few gunships that might come after him, but well, doesn't look like Blast is going for a snipe though. But once these harbors appear in the back of the base, where's the transport actually? Should be a T2 transport under construction or already built, but there isn't. These harbors are waiting to be picked up and dispatched. And Turin is so far ahead now. He has more than double the mass income of the harbs. Have just run through this T2 army. Where's the ACU gone? Oh, he's retreating. There he is. There is a T2 transport? Oh, there is. Let's drop to the expansion. And that's pretty good timing. Blast is looking for the ACU. This number of Mongoose can't kill an ACU. If he had like 2 shields, I'd say it's very possible that he could kill the ACU, but he has no shields whatsoever, so he will just get overcharged. Oh, it already dropped to the top right. It did. I missed that. I think you're right, Soviet. I think you're very right. They seem to be immediately doing a lot of damage. As soon as they start firing, there's just Mongoose dying in droves. On the bright side, Blast has finally gotten his expansion back. This one anyway, he's lost the one behind it in the meantime. But yeah. Where's the snipe? Doesn't look like there is one. And the left dies to a couple harbs. Some appear in the back of the base, looking to do damage. The gun ACU defends successfully. And looks like Blast is gonna play this all the way to the end. Need some I mean, just send some mercies. Kill the ACU at this point. Probably could sneak through. See how long. We're approaching 3 hours. I think we'll probably call it soon. Maybe we'll call it after this game, guys. But I will stream tomorrow as well. So, oh, hang on a sec. Three Percivals and the ACU. Oh no, the Swifties have found him. Yeah. He couldn't sneak through. Kind of difficult to sneak through when your opponent has the entire map except for your core base and a single factory on the left, but he tried. I like that he tried. But it didn't come off. Oh my god, look at the number of harbs. 21 harbs. Just in the middle, like why is he not just walked into the base? yeah, well, nice try. Yeah, we'll call it there. Sorry, Soviet. Yeah, thanks for watching. We have like 70 people. That's pretty good for some Thursday afternoon casting. Not bad. Oh, here's why you didn't sneak through. There's even an Omni sensor. That's just unfair. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Check out beta. Here's patch notes. Patch notes aren't final. You'll notice the images are not correct. So yeah, and there may be a couple more changes to Gwyn as well. That's largely how it will look. We'll probably have a tournament for beta soon, and then patch release afterwards. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow if you're around to distract you a little bit. And yeah, have a good one, guys. Stay safe. And yeah. Bye, guys.